Hi and welcome once again to Quiz Night. Now, if you've been following the series, you'll know that we're now into second round ties. And tonight we have two teams for you, one from Cardiff and one from Bradford. So let's right away meet those teams. From Cardiff, Good Companions.
Hello, my name's Richard Jenkins. On my right is Dave McKee and on my left is George Harris.
That's the pride of the Welsh, and up against them from Bradford, Upper George.
Hello, I'm Chuck Priestley. On my right is Sheila Vinette and on my left is Dave Chubb.
We've met the teams. Now let's get into Quiz Night itself with round one. It's round one. It's 100 seconds against the clock for both teams to answer as many questions as they possibly can. We ask the questions individually. 2 points for a correct answer. However, if they don't know, they can pass it on to their neighbouring teammate and he or she can pick it up for 1 point. So we'll start with the Good Companions from Cardiff, starting along at the end with David. And your 100 seconds starts now. Which theatrical dame was married to Sir Lewis Casson?
Pass.
You pick it up, Richard?
Pass.
Sybil Thorndike. Your question, Richard. For which county did Dennis Lilly make his debut in English county cricket in 1988?
Essex.
Is wrong. It was Northamptonshire. George, what's the largest island in the Atlantic Ocean?
Great Britain.
Is correct. David, which roving bands of robbers in northern India were followers of the goddess Kali?
Thuggies.
Is correct. Thugs or thuggies. Richard, to which shipping line did the Titanic belong?
P&O.
Is wrong. White Star. George, which 4th Division side won the 1988 Sherpa Van Trophy final at Wembley?
Wimbledon.
Wrong. It was Wolverhampton Wanderers. David, where were the last Asian Games held in 1986?
The last which games?
Asian Games.
Japan.
Is wrong. It was Seoul, rehearsing for the Olympics. Richard, in which castle did the last investiture of a Prince of Wales take place?
Carmarthen.
Is correct, in 1969. George, what device is used to convert an oscillatory current of electricity into a unidirectional current?
Ammeter.
Is wrong. A rectifier. David, in 1988, which country won its first rugby union triple crown since 1979?
Wales.
Is correct. Richard, which drama by Edmund Rostand features a hero with a prominent nose?
Sir Howard Bergerac.
Yes, Richard, just within the time there. We can accept that. And at the end of that, Good Companions from Cardiff open up with 10. So, it's the turn of the Upper George from Bradford. 100 seconds, 2 points for a correct answer. You can pass it on to your neighbouring teammate who can pick it up for 1. So, we start with Sheila, and the 100 seconds for Upper George starts now. In which event did Fiona May win Britain's only gold medal of the 1988 World Junior Athletics Championships?
Long jump.
Is correct. Chuck, who had a top 10 hit with Perfect in 1988?
Fairground Attraction.
Is correct. David, who led the fleet defeated at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC?
No idea.
Sheila, can you pick it up?
Mark Antony.
Is correct. Your question, Sheila. Which famous gardens planned by Sir William Chambers include a pagoda and an orangery?
Kew Gardens.
Is correct. Chuck, in chess, which piece stands at the start of the game on the square called D8?
Queen.
Is correct. The Black Queen. David, Tallahassee is capital of which state of the USA?
Florida.
Correct. Sheila, of which EEC country was Leo Tindemans Prime Minister in the 1970s?
Sweden.
Wrong. Belgium. Chuck, which make of car won Le Mans in 1988?
Jaguar.
Correct. First time in 31 years. David, what was Marshal Tito's real name?
It's that long I can't remember it. No idea.
Can you pick it up, Sheila?
No, it's gone, I'm sorry.
Josip or Josef Brot. Your question, Sheila. What does the Greek letter omega represent in electricity?
Um,
No, and out of time. It was ohms, or a measure of resistance. So that's the end of round one, and the score standing at 10 for Good Companions from Cardiff. But early leaders with 13, Upper George from Bradford. And this is the round where I ask 15 questions. Both teams' captains are on the buzzers. The teams can confer, but they must confer before buzzing. It's 2 points for a correct answer. However, this time, 1 point away if a wrong answer is given. And then the full question and a bonus point can be picked up by the opposition. So, both captains, Chuck and Richard, fingers on the buzzers. And here is the first question. From whom did Cassius Clay first win the World Heavyweight Boxing? Good Companions.
Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston, correct. If A squared plus B squared equals 90, and B is 3, what is A worth? Give that to you again. If A squared plus B squared, Good Companions.
9.
Is correct. 9 squared plus 3 squared equals 81 plus 9, which equals 90. What special name was used for the prefabricated ships built in large numbers in the USA during the Second World War? Upper George?
Liberty Boat.
Is correct. Who wrote the musical for Gilbert's librettos for the operas Happy? Upper George.
Arthur Sullivan.
Is wrong. 1 point away, Good Companions. I'll give you the full question. Who wrote the music for Gilbert's librettos for the operas Happy, Arcadia, and Princess Toto? Yes?
You try Gilbert.
No, Frederick Clay. Question number 5. Who completed the tennis Grand Slam in 1962 as an amateur? Upper George.
Rod Laver.
Is correct, and in 1969 as a professional. Well interrupted. Roy James, Ronald Edwards and Douglas Goody were concerned with which headline event of 1963? Good Companions.
Great train robbery.
Is correct. Who wrote the courtroom drama Beyond Reasonable Doubt? Upper George.
Jeffrey Archer.
Is correct. Which unit of our currency ceased to be legal tender on March the 11th, 1988? Good Companions.
A pound note.
Yes, the English £1 note. Of course, the Scots still have theirs. Which country's parliament is the Althing? Upper George.
Norway.
Is wrong. 1 point away. Good Companions, can you pick it up?
Iceland.
Is correct for 1 bonus mark. Cinnabar is the main ore of which metal? Its chemical formula being HGS. Anyone buzzing? Upper George?
Mercury.
Is correct. Who became in August 1988 only the second man ever to break 13 seconds in the 110 metres hurdles, and the first being Nehemiah? Anyone? Have to tell you. Roger Kingdom, 12.97 seconds. 4 questions to go. In which country in the Far East was the region called Cochin China by the French? Good Companions.
Vietnam.
Is correct. Which Russian military leader drove Napoleon from Moscow in 1812? Nobody? Anyone buzzing? No, have to tell you. Kutuzov. On which river do Immingham docks stand? Upper George?
The Humber.
Is correct. And the final question in this round, to which English king was Queen Isabella married from 1308 until his death in 1327? Final question. Anyone buzzing? Need to hurry, both of you? No one? It was Edward II. So that's the end of the round, and it couldn't be any closer because both teams on 21, the Good Companions from Cardiff and the Upper George from Bradford. All squares, we go into the specialist round. Each team has nominated a specialist. They, in turn, will answer 5 questions on the chosen topic. 3 points for each correct answer. However, if you get one wrong, don't know the answer, it's passed across to your opposite specialist, who in turn can pick it up for the full 3 points. So, from the Upper George and Bradford, Sheila will be going on the human body. But let's start, though, with Good Companions from Cardiff. George is their specialist once again, as he was in the first round, going once again on natural history. So let's put the spotlight on George. And we have 5 questions for you. 15 points in total can be picked up here. Question number 1. What's the only fish of the cod family to live in fresh water?
Brill.
is wrong. Sheila, can you pick it up?
Chub.
Is wrong. Good try. The burbot, or lotta lotta. Your second question. What sort of creature is a wapiti?
A deer.
Is correct. It's a large deer, yes. Also called the American elk. Elk gets you 3. In the USA, for question number 3, they're called chickadees. What do we call them in this country?
Robins.
Is wrong. Sheila, can you pick it up?
A wren.
Is wrong. The answer we're looking for there was tits. So, on to question number 4. What is characteristic of those orchids which are called epiphytic?
It comes up once every 100 years.
Is wrong. Sheila, can you pick it up?
They're a compound flower. They've more than one head on the stem.
No, it's a very good answer, but unfortunately it's the wrong one. They live in other plants like trees, but they're not like parasites, as they take no nourishment from their hosts and they grow on them or attached in some way merely for physical support. Okay, then your final question. What has varieties called comb-footed, crab, wolf, jumping, and diadem?
Apples.
Wrong. Sheila, chance for you to pick up 3.
Frogs.
Is wrong. The answer we were looking for there was spider. So, unlucky there, George. 1 correct gives you 3. We add those into the total. So the Good Companions from Cardiff sitting on 24, with Upper George from Bradford on 21. But still to go, Sheila on her specialist subject, which is the human body. So join us again for that in just a couple of moments on Quiz Night. Welcome back to Quiz Night, and just 3 points separating the teams. Upper George from Bradford on 21, 24 for the Good Companions from Cardiff. And just before the break, George from the Good Companions from Cardiff went on his specialist subject, which was natural history. So it's now the chance of Sheila. Sheila, 5 questions for you, 3 points for each correct answer. Don't forget, George, you can pick them up if Sheila fails to answer. So 5 questions, 3 points for each correct one. Let's put the spotlight on Sheila and ask you question number 1 on the human body. Which part of you, medically, could be called the pollex? The P-O-L-L-E-X.
The head.
Is wrong. George, can you pick it up?
The ankle.
Wrong. It was the thumb. So, question number 2. Synarthrosis and diarthrosis are 2 kinds of what in the body?
Could you spell them, please?
Certainly. Synarthrosis, which is S-Y-N-A-R-T-H-R-O-S-I-S, and diarthrosis, D-I-A-R-T-H-R-O-S-I-S, are 2 kinds of what in the body?
Fluids.
Is wrong. George, can you pick it up?
Glands.
Wrong. Joints. Joints was what I was looking for there. Without and some with fluid. Not to worry, Sheila. A lot of pressure, obviously, in the studio here. Question number 3 for you. Where in your body is Scarpa's triangle?
Another goodie. Scarpas.
Scarpa's. S-C-A-R-P-A.
In the brain.
Is wrong. George, can you pick it up for 3 bonus points?
In the kidneys.
Is wrong. It's actually the depression on the inner thigh, or the femoral triangle. So, question number 4 for you. Maxillary, frontal, sphenoid, and ethmoid contain the 4 pairs of what in the skull?
Sinuses.
Sinuses gets you 3. And your 5th question. What is inflammation of the membrane lining the abdomen and pelvic cavities called?
Peritonitis.
Peritonitis is correct. Gets you another 3 there. So 2 correct. Gets you 6. And that's done your team the world of good there, because at the end of that round, Good Companions from Cardiff on 24, but the Upper George from Bradford in the lead with 27. Well, some very hard questions in the specialist round there. Let's see how the teams get on in this round. This is yet another specialist round, but with a little bit of a difference because we don't know what the specialist subjects are. Both teams can confer in this round. 5 questions on the specialist subject, and again, 3 points for a correct answer, and we can hand it across to the opposing team to pick it up for those 3 points if a wrong answer is given. So let's start with Good Companions from Cardiff. Richard, the captain, pick an envelope for me.
3.
Number 3. Okay. What did you get in your first round, Ty? Can you remember what you got in your specialist subject?
Go.
You can't. Never mind. Let's see if this is any better for you anyway. Spies.
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 Means please.
Spies.
Question number 1. By what code name was the Turkish spy Elisha Bazna known to the Germans in the 1940s?
Cicero.
Cicero is correct. He was the British ambassador's valet. That gets you 3. Question number 2. Which American president set up the Central Intelligence Agency?
Truman.
Is correct. Harry Truman in 1947. Your third question. What's the headquarters of the KGB in Moscow called?
Lubyanka.
Lubyanka is correct. You don't happen to know the address as well, do you?
Tuschinski Square.
Oh, very good. No extra marks, but a gold star at the end of it, and you get 3 there. And the fourth question. In the 1970s, who was director of the CIA, ambassador to the United Nations, and head of the US Liaison Office in China? Have to hurry you for an answer.
Dean Ruskin.
Is wrong. Chuck, can you pick it up for the Upper George?
We're all agreed on this. We have no idea.
The answer was George Bush. Oh, a name that we all knew. Good Companions, your 5th and final question in this round. Which Russian colonel, sentenced to 30 years for spying on the West in 1957, was later exchanged for Gary Powers, the U-2 pilot?
Oleg.
Is wrong. Upper George, chance for 3.
Kroger.
Is wrong as well. It was Colonel Rudolph Abel. So at the end of that round, you got 3 correct, got you 9. I didn't even get a chance to do my Sean Connery accent for Lespage. And across we go to the Upper George from Bradford. Pick an envelope for me.
Number 5, please.
Number 5. And your subject, oh, on the face of it, seems a good one, film stars. 5 questions on film stars, 15 points in total can be picked up here. Here we go with question number 1. Which film star's 5 husbands included David Rose, Sid Luft, Mark Herron, and Mickey Deans?
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland is correct. The other one was Vicente Minnelli. That would have given it away a little too much. So 3 for you anyway. Question number 2. About which star's life was the 1968 film Star made?
Gertrude Lawrence.
Is correct for another 3. Question number 3. Which star's last film was Advise and Consent in 1962? And in it, he played Senator Sheb Cooley.
I know who wrote it.
It's not Gable, is it?
One of the Misfits, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart, no.
I'm trying.
Have to hurry for an answer.
Humphrey Bogart.
Is wrong. Good Companions. Richard, can you side pick it up?
Charles Lawton.
Is correct. Well picked up for 3. Your 4th question. Which Austrian-born star was billed as the man you love to hate?
I don't know, I've no idea.
Bela Lugosi.
Is wrong. Good Companions.
Peter Lorre.
Is wrong as well. It was Erich von Stroheim.
Oh, of course, yes.
And the 5th and final question on film stars, Upper George. For which 1985 film did 77-year-old Don Amici win his first and only Oscar?
Cocoon. Cocoon.
Cocoon.
Cocoon is correct for 3, and Sheila did very well there, whispering quite a few answers to you. So well done at the end of that. You managed to get 9-3 out of a possible 5 answers. So at the end of that round, what a way to go into the final round, because Good Companions from Cardiff and Upper George from Bradford both on 36. So what a finish we're going to have to tonight's quiz night. 36 apiece at the moment. The final round, absolutely all to play for. 2 points for a correct answer here, but 2 points away if a wrong answer is given. And all contestants here on their individual buzzers. So, best of luck to both teams. 36 all. Fingers on the buzzers. Don't forget, 2 points for a correct answer, but 2 points away for a wrong one. And the final 100 seconds of questions on quiz night starts now. Galena is the principal ore of which metal? And it's Good Companions, George.
Lead.
Is correct. Who won the men's 5,000 metres in the 1986 Commonwealth Games? Nobody in. It was Steve Ovett. Which new kind of communication system became legal in the UK in 1981? Upper George, Chuck.
Citizens Band Radio.
Is correct. CB. Which poet had a thwarted love for Fanny Braun? Upper George, Schiller.
Yeats.
Is wrong. It was John Keats, 2 away. The name of which of the martial arts means way of the sword? Good Companions, George.
Kendall.
Correct. High Wycombe is at the southern edge of which hills? Upper George, Chuck.
Chilterns.
Correct. On which river is the French town of Abbeville? Upper George, Sheila.
The Somme.
Correct. Eastern cutoff was an early style of what event in athletics? No one? Have to hurry? Nope. High jump. Who said in the 18th century, I look upon all the world as my parish? No one? George Wesley. Lord Nome is the fictional proprietor of which magazine? Upper George, Chuck.
Private Eye.
Is correct. In the 19th century, what was burned in the Queen's pipe? No one? It was contraband tobacco. Mountain, common and grevies are 3 species of which creature related to the extinct quagga? It's Good Companions, George.
Zebras.
Is correct. Which sport do the Amsterdam Crusaders and the London Ravens play? Upper George, David.
American football.
Is correct. Just in within the time there. Oh, you can hear by the sigh of the crowd what that meant. It was so close at the end, just 2 points in it, but Good Companions from Cardiff on 42. But tonight's winners and through to the next round on 44, Upper George from Bradford. Well, a superb contest indeed. What can I say, Trevor? Good Companions from Cardiff. You played so well, just beaten by that final question, but you've enjoyed yourselves.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And a great performance in that final round there by George. David, you'll be going back to your long-distance running.
I hope not.
Okay, well, all the very best indeed to you. Upper George, Bradford, what can we say? Very well played indeed. David, the match winner at the end there. The policeman, and of course, a very good round indeed by Sheila. Along the Sheila, on your wedding, I hear you had to have your wedding on a Friday.
Oh, that's true, yes. Well, all the guests played rugby on Saturday. We wouldn't have had anybody there if we'd have got married on the Friday.
I see.
We hadn't got married on Friday.
And that included the ladies.
No.
Some of them.
Well, congratulations to both of you for a great competition. That is it. Thank you very much indeed for your company. Don't forget to join us again next week. So, till the next night, it's good night from Quiz Night.